Hi, my name is Amy Lytle, and this is my MDS 300 Reflections Presentation. I've entitled it My MDS Journey. Going on to college after completing high school was never a focus for me. 1 year after graduating, I married my high school sweetheart, and we started a family. We were both young, broke, and had a new baby when I decided that I needed to find a job, so I went to work for Gap Kids. I did it primarily to bring in some extra income to help make ends meet. A few years later, we added another daughter to our family, and I was definitely grateful for a generous clothing discount. I've been with the company for about 6 years when I decided that I was ready to get out of the retail profession. However, I felt stuck at the skill level that I had obtained and decided it was time to go back to school and further my education. So I left my position with the company and I prepared myself to become a student again. I'd had some really good experiences with a few sonographers during a really difficult miscarriage in between my two girls. I wanted to be able to help people the same way that they had helped me during this difficult time. So I'd set a goal to study radiology with an emphasis in sonography from Boise State. I took a much slower pace at reaching my goal than my peers did around me. I had the responsibility of balancing my family, my home responsibilities, and also to juggle class and homework on top of that. It was very stressful, and from time to time I'd have to take a semester off, and sometimes even up to a couple of years. Now I have 4 great kids, and I still find myself with the same struggles of trying to balance my family, my home responsibilities, my schoolwork, and a part-time job currently to boot. So the struggle goes on. I've applied for 2 different programs over the last 4 years. The first one being the radiology program here at Boise State and the educational interpreting program that they offer at Idaho State University. Both of these programs are very competitive, and I wasn't selected for admittance into either of them. At the end of spring 2014 semester, I was introduced to the multidisciplinary studies program by a friend of mine. I researched this degree option, applied for it, and was accepted into the program. I was definitely excited. One of the many benefits that I'm excited about in the MDS program is being able to choose my own courses and to be able to pick the minors that interest me the most and interest me in my career options that I would like to follow. I wanted some guidance, and as a requirement for my IDP, I interviewed 2 teachers that could give me valuable advice as to which minors and which classes would support my career goals. So I wanted to be able to continue using my sign language within my career, and I felt my American Sign Language teacher, Davina Snow, could give me wonderful guidance in selecting classes that would best support an ASL minor as well as a career in interpreting. So Mrs. Snow is a successful deaf teacher here at Boise State and is immersed in the language and the culture that she's teaching us about in her class. She wasn't familiar with the MDS program, so I gave her a brief overview of the program and filled her in on the opportunity that we have to take multiple minors in within this field. So she told me what a huge advantage that would be for me in my career. She emphasized that I really should try to focus on additional studies that would be a big benefit to me, such as social work, counseling, or special education. She also encouraged me to go on, if I can, and be able to obtain a master's degree in deaf studies. Her final comment to me was that interpreters that can understand the language well and understand the culture are invaluable in the deaf community. So I felt nonprofit management or a communications minor would both be complementary to an ASL minor, but I wasn't sure which one to choose. So I interviewed Joe Gundy, my conflict management instructor, to get some advice from him. I knew that he would be an excellent source to learn more about the communications minor. He's achieved several degrees, and he's also a conflict resolution counselor. So I came prepared with a list of questions that I had for him to discuss. We both agreed that the communications minor didn't encompass a lot of the classes that I was looking for to be able to support an ASL minor. So he did recommend a few classes that he felt would be a huge benefit to me. One of them being a cross-cultural conflict class. Unfortunately, that's an upper division course, so or one that applies only to the graduate program for communication. So I won't be able to take that one, but the other one that he recommended is Reasoned Discourse, and I believe that I can take that before I graduate in December 2015. So he helped me through his honest answers. He was able to help clarify my decision as to which direction to take for my second minor. So I've chosen to also minor in nonprofit management, feeling that it would be a better support to my ASL minor at this time. So my degree plan is now set, and although I've been interested in taking several classes that have been offered over the last year, I haven't had any time to take them yet. I find my schedule full every semester with the courses I need to take in order to meet the requirements for my minors. This spring, 2015, I will finish my ASL minor with the completion of ASL 6. Also, I will be able to finish the required courses this spring, such as leadership and human resource management. Those are required courses to take before I can finish my nonprofit management minor this summer in 2016 or 2015. So I'm excited. I'm almost there. The MDS degree will provide me with a well-rounded education, as well as a career and schooling options. Skills such as critical thinking and research would be hugely beneficial to me in my career as an interpreter and also working for nonprofit agencies. Upon graduating, I will begin working on receiving my certifications for interpreting. These certifications will allow me to apply for jobs such as FEMA, which is a company or a department that I would really enjoy working for, to be able to assist deaf with their communication needs and relief efforts. I also plan to go on and obtain a master's degree in deaf studies. One school that I think would be really cool to attend to be able to obtain that goal is Gallaudet University. So in close, I'd like to share a quote that perfectly sums up my experiences in this journey. The longer you have to wait for something, the more you will appreciate it when it finally arrives. The harder you have to fight for something, the more priceless it will become once you achieve it. And the more pain you have to endure on your journey, the sweeter the arrival of your destination. All good things are worth waiting for and worth fighting for. Thank you.